According to experience, long-distance relationship isn't a child's play. It is not a joke at all. I also want you to know there are two types of long-distance relationship. The first is a situation whereby you guys started as a normal relationship, but things changed, life happened, and you all had to continue as a long-distance relationship. It happened out of circumstance. The second type of long-distance relationship is a situation whereby you guys started as a long-distance relationship, like proper. Either ways, it is stressful, extremely stressful. It requires a lot of patience and endurance. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another exciting episode of Your Take. If you are new here, my name is Ruth Abimbola. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. If you end up enjoying it, please turn on your post notification so you get notified whenever something drops. Do not forget to share this video if you find it helpful. So today, as already seen by the title of this video, I am going to be talking about long distance relationship. Now, I wouldn't be doing this alone as I have a guest in the studio with me. Trust me to always give you the very best. Today, my guest is a relationship counselor, like I love to call him. My guest has been on the show before. This is going to be his second appearance. My guest is Nicholas Williams. Drum roll.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Appreciate the second time, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nicholas is always turning up for me. Now why did they call him gold?
Star boys.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome, yeah.
So basically, you already know how we do it on this show.
Yeah.
I have a few questions for you and I'm going to throw them at you.
Yeah.
And all we need you to do for us is give us your honest opinion on the questions.
Yeah.
So now, Nicholas, first of all, when you hear the term long-distance relationship, what comes to mind?
Long distance relationship. A relationship that is long distance.
Hey,
I've been out, nothing more. Right?
nothing more, that's all.
No, like a relationship that is long distance, now basically.
Okay, yeah.
But then if you want to say in details, then there are so many things to
Oh yeah, I
talk
want you
about.
to go into that details.
Long distance relationship is a sacrificial thing. Beware of heartbreak. If you want to go into a long distance relationship.
Very true.
It's a long distance relationship is something that I count as one of those things that you really need to be ready for sacrifice, right? Because in a normal relationship here, whereby you and your partner could see each other, you're making sacrifices. But long distance is like times 2 of the sacrifices
what you do
making,
in normal relationships,
right?
Yes.
So that's like what it is, basically. That's the way I see it.
Very good. So now, have you in any way been in one? Have you been in any long-distance relationship?
All my life, I've always been in long-distance relationship, aside from one, to be honest.
So, okay, due to the fact that you've always been in a long-distance relationship, how has your love life been?
How's my love life been? Man, it's been the best, though, to be honest. Because I really don't like closure, like we seeing ourselves all the time, to be honest. Left to me, yeah. Because I'm this kind of person that I feel like I'll be distracted if there's so many romantic cinemas in my side all the time, right? Especially at the young age, and all of that. Though I realized that that's not so balanced as well as time went on, right? Because the balance is that in as much as you guys are in a long distance relationship and it's looking very interesting, you guys will get to a stage whereby you will have to stay with each other and you won't be able to cope with each other. Why? Because you've been living life without seeing each other. So when you guys come together, there becomes a problem because you start seeing the things you were not seeing. Right? Because you were on phone normally saying I love you for hours.
God bless you.
And then now you are together and you can't even say I love you to me.
You can't
cope
with them.
Stuffs like that, those are like the disadvantage though, but there are so many advantages for me. There are so many advantages, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you advise anyone to get into a relationship, to get into a long distance relationship? If yes, why? If no, why? Would you recommend it?
Oh, okay, let me start with the positive. I feel I would recommend that people should go into a long distance relationship.
Sorry, please, before you continue. If you can make it work, fine. But from me to you, and you know that I love you guys so much. And I always give you the best. don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Continue.
So left to me, what I would advise if somebody asks me, because I've had so many people ask me stuff like that, So what I get to tell them is, okay, like what you said, if you can do it, do it. But to top it up, most of the time when I see the structure of the person's life, right? I see the way the person's life is going. I get to, maybe the person is engaged with quite a number of things. Obviously, if you have a relationship close to you that you're always seeing the person all the time, you might get distracted. I don't know you, but
I know where
it's
you're
actually
coming
the
from.
truth, It
feel
actually
100%.
happens to some people.
Yes.
So if I know that person, what I will advise is good if you can cope. Just beware that there are some things that you have to sacrifice for, things that you will not be convenient doing and all of that. And if I was to say no, that you shouldn't go into a long distance relationship, it's still with the area of sacrifice, because it's not easy. Like I said earlier, it's like 2 times of the work in a normal relationship.
Exactly.
Right? You have to extra call and all of that, because if you don't call your partner, if there's no communication flowing all the time.
That's like the bedrock of everything.
Honestly, that's the foundation of a distance relationship. If you're not calling your partner consistently, it goes up for you. Heartbreak. You go chop them, because they go collect your man for your hand.
Hot like a heater. And see, a lot of insecurity comes from long distance relationship, because you don't know what they are doing. You don't, and I feel you cannot put your trust in them 100%, because I'm sorry. At the beginning of this video, I said according to experience.
Yeah.
So I am talking from my perspective.
Yeah.
Long distance relationship is easy.
That's why
It is very, very tasking.
That's why
Very, very tasking.
Yeah, like you started the show, there are 2 types of long distance relationships. The one that you guys have either seen once or twice before you started dating, and the ones that you have not seen at all.
Exactly.
If it's that one, I don't advise that one. No, except you guys have a particular time that you know what, at this time we are going to see. Right? If that is not the I don't wish to advise long distance relationship. But if it's something that you guys were probably seeing before, there may be situation of things, maybe school, maybe relocations for the meantime. But you see, I'm saying for the meantime because there has to be a particular time where you guys will come together.
Not just that, it's long distance from the beginning, and you don't even know where it is going.
Exactly. So I understand the place of experience, but the truth is that, our experiences are different. And because we had one experience doesn't mean that we should shut down the possibility of that thing happening again, right?
No, according to my experience, I will not do long distance relationship again.
Yeah, I feel you. But what
I cannot recommend it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm very, very sorry.
No, it's not bad actually. It's actually a choice thing.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
But I remember that, this was the same way I was kind of biased towards relationship that I get to see the person all the time, right? Because that time I would always say, God, in my life, I'll never do a close contact relationship. To be honest, for many people, it's actually a long distance relationship. But for me, that time I was promising myself that if I do it again, I would. Well, look at me now.
Oh my God.
Right? But to be honest, what I'm just trying to say is our experiences are quite different, but we shouldn't raise those experiences to hinder what might be the actual plan for us. Right? I was speaking to somebody some days ago, and we were talking about something similar. And I told the person that sometimes we exalt our wants more than what we're supposed to have. Like, we exalt the wants more than our needs. And at the end of the day, when we see the results, it becomes a problem for us. Sometimes we can't even undo it.
Exactly.
Right? So the balance is just that, experience or not, know if it can work for you. Right? Before you get into a distance relationship, make sure that you know the person already. Experience or not, what really matters here is that you are being vulnerable with yourself. You have a knowing of if you could do this thing or not. You don't just go into it because of love.
Exactly.
Right? Because
I think that was one of the mistakes I made.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you see now. You see, there was actually a mistake.
Enough.
You see, love is never enough for a relationship.
See, I'm sorry,
right?
don't just go into that relationship because you love the person.
There are still
some things will come up, and love will not be able to solve the problem for you. So just there are other things you should look out for. I don't want to start going too deep. But I feel you get my point already. So let's move on.
Permit me, I'm a believer, and there are some certain things that are principles that we follow, right? Where I'm from and all of that. The truth is, like I said earlier, love is not enough. And you said it as well. The reason why I would say love is not enough is that when God was creating some certain things and he created love, the word love or the meaning of love, that emotion is called love. He knew that love was not necessarily going to be enough. That's why he created other fruit of the spirit, right? Because he knew that love would not be able to cope alone. That's why he created patience.
True.
Because in a relationship, you have to have patience.
Exactly.
That's why there's kindness. That's why there's self-control. Because there are times that you will be really mad at that person. You will say you don't want to do it again. What then are you going to do?
Facts. This is facts.
So love is really not a love. So you shouldn't go into a distance relationship just because of love. You will fall your hand. Why they're very fast. You get it's going to be really hot. But what really matters, assess yourself, can I really do this thing? Right? If you feel like you're not really doing the assessing very well, speak to one of your close friends if you have one.
I think that was one of the mistakes I made.
Yeah. You ask the person, do you feel like that, based on experience with me, when we were off together, do you feel like I really communicated with you well? And all of that. Those are like principles.
And let me quickly say something. The fact that I said I am not a fan, I'm no longer a fan of long distance relationship, doesn't mean I want to be seeing you every day. I don't want to see you every day, and I don't want you to be too far from me. Like,
I get you. You want a balance. I understand.
Yes, exactly.
But the truth is that sometimes life is not balanced.
That's why I am the way I am right now.
The truth is that life is not balanced sometimes, especially
See,
when we're just starting off.
God forbid. If it's going to take 500 years for me to find my balance, I will keep searching for the balance.
I get you, Sha. I get you. I feel you.
So to the next question, like I said earlier, it is very, very difficult to maintain a long distance relationship. Now, for people who are already in it and are having crazy, difficult, serious issues right now, what's your advice to them?
Now, when you ask that question, you mean people who are in it,
like they're in long distance
like in the
relationships
context
right now.
of they already knew themselves before they got inside.
Anyhow,
as friends.
Anyhow, even if you've known the person before, or you guys just started as a long distance relationship, but you are having issues with them, it is not. It's looking like you guys might end things soon. What do you think they can do to maintain the relationship?
If you guys have not met before, first of all, you know, I first said that is a very big risk. I don't really support that, to be honest. Left to me, I don't support that. So I would have, if things are going on like that, maybe,
you need to
end the relationship, right? Maybe you need to end the relationship, except there's a place where you guys can come together and you have a discussion. Because relationships like that can't function well.
Exactly.
Without the foundation of having communication in place. If there's no good communication, it can't work. Just like it can't work in a normal one. It will never work in a distance one.
It will not.
Right? And check almost all the long distance relationship, right? The major issue is communication.
True.
Right? I've seen it all the time. I've even had the experience myself. The major issue is always communication. Right? So check the communication part. For the two scenarios she painted, check the communication part. Speak to the person. You guys have a meeting together, a physical meeting, because I would not lie for you. There's something calls can do. There's something it can never do. There's something text can do. There's something it will never do. Right? Being in a long distance relationship, whenever I have misunderstanding with my partner, what I get to say, don't let us settle it through the phone. We will see. If time did not permit us, maybe different locations at the time and all of that, what we just do is, okay, let's have a video call so we could talk, we could see ourselves. Because there's something that the seeing does. right? So, communication.
So are you currently in a long distance relationship, like right now?
Partially long distance, yeah. Actually.
You guys are trying.
Now, I'm not saying that if it wasn't long distance, I wouldn't have done. I've broken that bias a long time ago, right?
Very good.
I've broken that bias a long time ago.
Very
but then,
good.
it's still an advantage for me anyway, because I realized that, if it's long distance, there's still sacrifice to do. If it's not long distance, there's still sacrifice to do. So it's both equal. Only that one is kind of bigger than one. It looks bigger than one.
Now let me rephrase what you just said now.
Yeah.
Either it is long distance or not, you still need to pay.
It's work. Relationship is work.
You still need to put in the work.
Yeah.
So this whole relationship, I'm just tired. Please, it just tire me.
You won't get tired.
Nicholas, to the next question, to the next and final question.
Yeah.
Let's assume you get married today. I mean, you are eventually going to get married. You are a lover boy. I mean,
I love love.
It's very, very obvious.
I love love, actually.
You love love. Thank you. So it is very, very obvious that you will eventually get married.
Let's get assume married early. I had Haley.
Oh God. Who don't get baby? So let's assume you get separated from your wife without any choice. Maybe separated
When you say separated, what do you mean? Do you mean divorce? Because me, I'll not be separated.
That is why I didn't use divorce. Let me learn, please.
Yeah, I feel you.
So let's assume you get separated from your wife without any choice. Maybe separated by job opportunities. How are you going to make your marriage work in that situation?
First of all, I don't think that for me, everybody can speak for themselves. I don't think that work is the reason why I will leave my family and my wife.
Like I said,
because no, I'm just saying.
I said without any choice. Like
without any choice.
You didn't plan for it. Like you just have to do it.
The only thing
it's going to. It's not just for you. It's for the family.
But
your
it has
family.
to do with work.
Yes.
Work.
Maybe I said maybe separated by job opportunities. It can be anything else.
Okay. First of all, that cannot be the reason for me.
Okay. What if you get separated by anything else?
But if I get separated by something else, I think it's has to do with what, like the work of God and all of that, right?
Okay.
But I don't want to tame God.
Okay.
But what will I do at that time?
To make the marriage work.
What will I do to make the marriage work? It's still the same thing. Basically,
communication.
The major thing about long distance relationship, marriage or not, is communication. That's the foundation.
Okay.
So if you don't have a choice and then you go and you're not talking to your partner, person go collect your wife for your hand.
True.
You get, no matter you guys might have gone far, because you are not doing the necessary thing, because we are humans. So if you are not doing this necessary thing over time, I know you love the person, but sometimes some tiny thing might want to start entering your heart. We just being sincere, right? But for you to avoid those kind of things, communicate with your partner, right? There's still a lot of things, right? But the major thing is communication, because if you communicate, the other things will be exposed. You feel? So all those insecurities, all of those things that people say they have, that's the reason they don't get into long distance relationship. The truth is that when you deal with it early, it won't be like an issue for you, right? It won't be like an issue for you. So that's it majorly.
Thank you so much for coming, Nicholas.
You're welcome.
Always coming through for me.
My G.
My G. It is very possible to have a successful long distance relationship if you put your mind to it. It can be very, very tasking, but if you want to make it work, you can make it work. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please do well to subscribe if you haven't. Once again, my name is Ruth Abimbola, and I'm always going to be your host. On this show, you are going to keep seeing this beautiful face. Please do well to give this video a big thumbs up. I know you like it, and that is why you are still watching till now. Do not forget to turn on your post notification so you get notified whenever something drops. Until next time, be well and have a good day. I love you so much, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. See you in my next video. Bye.